Blog Talk Radio.
Hi everybody and welcome to Soul Sister Show with hosts Sue and Anne, and today we have Thursday, April 1st, 2021. Isn't that wonderful? So happy April Fool's Day to everybody. I promise we will not make any jokes here. We'll be very serious, even though we are laughing a lot. And of course it's the Thursday before Easter also, so there's a lot of things to actually cherish and be happy about today. And here in Sweden, actually, this Thursday before Easter, it's an old-fashioned tradition that kids dress up like witches, but beautifully, and witches of the light. And there are some traditional stories that the witches took their brooms and went to a place to celebrate because of the energy on Easter time. I'm not very good at all the details, but it's like, you follow traditions sometimes just because they are a little bit fun. But I think there may be some sad stories actually behind it. And we are a live call-in show, so call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call us for questions or get a free mini reading live on air, share a story with us, or just chat about anything that's on your mind. And if you want to get live on the show with us and you are calling in, press 1 to talk with us live on the show. Or you can also go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live, and listen live and text chat with us in the chat room during all our shows. And I'm Anne, coming to you live from Stockholm, Sweden, and we are smelling springtime actually. You can see that the trees and the bushes and the flowers and things are starting up. It's very, very beginning, but it's starting, and that's giving one a little bit more energy, right? So we are approaching spring and summertime after that. On today's show, we will talk about soul realignment, and we continue the discussion about manifesting our divine soul blueprint. And we started this discussion about manifesting our divine soul blueprint on March 4th last month. And you can read more and listen to the replay at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. So you can find part 1. And we are going to take your calls today for questions and mini readings live on air. And of course, we would love to talk to you. So don't be shy now. Call in. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. You can also join us in the chat room at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm, Sweden in Europe. And as I mentioned on today's show, we will talk about soul realignment, and we continue the discussion about manifesting our divine soul blueprint. So what are we really talking about here? stay tuned and find out. And you can listen to part 1 of this, Manifesting Our Divine Soul Blueprint, that we aired on March 4th, 2021, so last month. And you can find past episodes at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And if you haven't listened to us before, we are the show that loves to talk about the Akashic Records, Soul Realignment, healing modalities in general, and of course we love to chat about any and all spiritual topics. And we're always a live calling worldwide radio. We are very happy to announce that we have listeners in 29 countries around the globe, and we are growing. Thank you so much, everyone, for spending your time with us. We're really honored. And you can call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 before the number, and you can call us to share a story with us, chat with us, ask questions, or why not get a free mini reading live on air. If you want to talk with us live on the show, remember to press 1. Or you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live on the player and text chat with us in the chat room, all on the same page. And of course, you can find us on YouTube. Search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube, and please subscribe and like our videos. Now let me bring on my co-host for Soul Sisters, Sue, all the way from nice weather still, Arizona. Hi, Sue. How are you?
I'm fine, Sissy. Well, not so much nice weather anymore. Now we've bounced up to 90 degrees. You know, last week was beautiful, and I was bragging about this great weather we're having. It's nice and cool, and all of a sudden, someone turned on a switch, like overnight, and we went up to 90-degree weather. It's crazy out here how that occurs. I've never seen it where, you know, the weather can go up that quick, because, you know, where we grew up, you have your season. You know, you move into a season. So, but out here, no. You can go from 1 week being cold to the following week, you know, almost 100-degree temperature. It's just strange how it happens.
And, you know, just to compare with roads, because that's where I go once in a while here, and I wanted to make an April Fool's Day joke with someone. So I wanted to call and say that, hey, you need to be careful. It's going to have hail and, you know, rain and bad weather and wind and everything. And before I called, I had a look at an app to check the weather, and actually they had a warning out.
Yep.
It came right back to me as a boomerang, right? And the person didn't even answer the phone. He called me a little bit later. Isn't that funny? So, you know, instant karma, right?
Right. Yeah, that was April Fool's on you. The joke was on you, huh?
Yes, it was. But you know, in roads, this time of the year, the weather actually can change very, very fast. So you can have sunshine in the morning, and then an hour later you can have rain and hail, and then you can have sunshine again after that. So, but that's a good thing, because if it's raining here in Sweden, you know, we can have that for a week or two.
Right. Yeah, it's a different, you're not going to get rid of it as quickly as they do in roads.
No, we're not. Right? And everybody listening, get your spot in the queue now. And it's a great time to get your spot in the queue so we can grab your call. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 213-943-3587. And of course, we are eagerly awaiting your calls here for questions or free mini readings live on air, or why not share a story with us that you have. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, remember to press 1 so we can see in the queue that you actually want to come live with us. Or you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live and listen live and text chat with us in the chat room during the show. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Sue, we offer personal readings, and you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or scrollsofthesoul.com/Anne. And of course, you can find out everything about Scrolls of the Soul Radio at scrollsofthesoul.com. And before we move on with today's show, let's Sue remind us a little bit what last show was all about. Sue?
Yeah, that was an interesting topic. You know, the topic was deep dive into spirituality inverted. And that, I think, you know, maybe in the future we'll try to go a little bit deeper. Possibly we'll have to see. But
yes.
Basically, kind of got into the occult aspect of things and how it tends to get inverted or twisted, turned for not such a positive aspect. So some of the tools basically that are used in this arena can be inverted and twisted for the not so good side as well. And so we kind of went into that area a little bit. And yeah, it's definitely an interesting area to look into because you start to notice how things can get perverted, you know. I think that's what, and I think,
and
go ahead.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead. No, you go ahead. I'm really burning for this topic because it's, I think it's important, and we try to do everything to avoid the other side and what feels to be negative or dark or anything. And we shouldn't actually step into it, but we should be aware. I think that's very important.
Right. Well, I think what we've also come to understand, too, is that it's all about intent. So, you know, while those same tools can be used for bad, they can also be used for good. And it's about the intention that you put into it, you know, because that's really what it's about. And that's what those in the spiritual arena are about. It's about, you know, putting that positive and loving intent into it, you know, into what you're doing. Because ultimately you care for others and you understand their plight and the things they may have gone through in life. So, yeah, it was just a fascinating topic to dive into. Interesting conversation.
Yes, it was.
So, if you didn't get a chance to listen last week, you can go into soulsofthesoul.com/pass, and that's where you'll find that topic. Okay, and then today's topic, before I get into that, I usually try to pull a card or two for Anne and for all those listening and who called in. And today I pulled 2 cards. One is the High Priestess, which is Archangel Haniel, and the other one is 7 of Fire. So let me read real quick what these 2 are. The High Priestess, which is the number 2 card on the Angel Tarot deck from Doreen Virtue. And that one is listen to your intuition, patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. And the other one, 7 of Fire, is defend your beliefs and decisions, stand your ground, choose your battles wisely. So they both kind of feel like they belong together, both those cards. When I pulled them, I was like, you know, that makes sense why I pulled these 2. You know, they seem to just kind of flow into each other. That makes sense. And
yes.
Yeah, they're really beautiful cards. I love the design on this deck because there's a lot of artistry to these cards, a lot of mysticism and angels and just a lot of beautiful imagery on the cards, you know. I really love this deck. I think it's probably my favorite one, just due to all the artistry. So, okay,
Yeah.
so that was mine. Did you pull any today, Sissy?
Yes, actually, I have a deck that I didn't use very much, and it's called Soul Coaching Oracle Cards from Denise Lynn, and it's kind of intriguing. And I thought we have Soul Realignment today, so I thought this is a very suitable deck, isn't it?
Right.
And the card that I pulled is called Adventure, and it talks about taking risks. Of course, we need to also, look out for ourselves, but we shouldn't be afraid of experiencing things, because that's why we are here, in my sense, and your sense too, probably, Sissy, because we
Right.
come here to experience ourselves, and without having those experiences, we have nothing to compare with. So what the card says is your soul wants you to know adventure entails risks, and without them, existence can become stagnant and lackluster. And I think that's kind of to the point here. It doesn't mean that we should be risking our lives, so to speak, but we should be taking the opportunity while we are here to see things from different perspectives, try out different things, and not be so afraid of not letting fear rule us. Does that make sense?
Right. Oh yeah, very much so. And that kind of falls perfectly in line with, today's topic, manifesting our divine soul blueprint, right? So basically,
Yes.
we're the ones we're going to manifest, right? It's up to us to manifest that. So, and you can, and like you said about fear, if you live in fear, then you're going to manifest things that go along with fear. So I think the card was kind
Yes.
of perfect to speak about that. But so when we talk about the divine soul blueprint and creating the soul self-expression and what it is, we're talking about the whole, basically, and the intention, what the intention is. And we make choices, and each choice has consequences, as we know, and we manifest and create in action. And we can, like we said, either do that through negative or positive choices, but both, ironically, are equal in polarity. And you wouldn't think so, right? You wouldn't think that that's the case, because it feels like on the negative side that you're putting in more energy, doesn't it? When it's something, that's a negative issue. But it is
Yes.
The amount of energy that's put into that, both negative and positive, is equal, completely equal. On the positive side, of course, you're going to feel like it's you're in a heightened state, right? So you're not going to feel that polarity would be the same as something negative. I think life experience,
Yes.
Going through life in general, I think you start to learn that over time too. So, but the process of creation is often unconscious, so we do not realize how we create what we want, nor as far as the manifestation of our intentions seems to not always work. Okay, that too. I think that falls kind of on the negative side. So when to me, when you want to manifest something, right, I think the best way to do that is write it down. That's also a great great way of doing it, and putting your intention into that. You know, I have a little. I would just think. Go ahead, Susie.
One thing when it comes to manifestation is also that we need to have very clear intention. And that means that we need to really believe and feel and sense and think and talk about this as we already have it. It's going to be like we don't have it already, but we invite it into our lives, so we live it. We live like we have it, right? And also that sometimes we stop right at the doorstep because we don't have patience enough. So we don't continue because, not everything can come dropping down in our lap in an instant. That's not really how it works. And we also need sometimes to put in a little bit of effort and some action, right?
Of course. And wouldn't you say that the manifesting the soul blueprint is our divine expression? It's how we were created, so to speak, right? So
yes.
And I think a lot of us don't know what that is, right? A lot of people don't necessarily know, and that's where Soul Realignment is a great tool. It's a great gift for someone. When someone does a Soul Realignment for you, there's a lot of good information about the soul's blueprint and how it is we should express ourselves. And I always go back to things I fought, when it came to Soul Realignment. And the thing I fought the most is the thing that actually became the greatest gift, ironically. I kind of go back to that in my mind about, the homework aspect. That, I don't want to do this, this one particular thing, and it turned out to be the best thing I ever did. And there was and it really felt like I was in alignment with what that was, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. And you know what? In this, sorry, I'm interrupting you all the time. We may have a delay here, maybe that's why this is happening. But it's also, we are all unique. So in our own uniqueness, sometimes it doesn't really fit in the world we are living in because the world is teaching us, no matter where we are in the world and traditions and society and everything of that nature, we are kind of taught to be a part of a whole thing. So we are not taught to go sometimes our own way and make things happen in our own manner. And maybe that is how this can be hard too when it comes to manifesting. Because what works for you, Sissy, doesn't necessarily mean your method is going to work for me, right?
Yep.
Because it may not be in alignment with me.
Yep. Yeah. Well, I think what's important to understand is that you're perfect. We're all perfect, perfectly designed, I guess would be the way to state that. That there's each one of us, we're perfectly designed, our soul blueprint, so to speak. We don't always necessarily figure that out or come to that realization because you don't always feel that way, And I think things in life in general, what happens in life, it's not always easy to recognize that. But I think through this process specifically, especially with this, with getting a soul realignment done, when you do that for someone or it's done for you, there is this amazing gift that occurs. And I think most people who've ever had it done feel the same way. Wouldn't you agree, Sissy?
Yes, and it is. Yeah, sorry. Go ahead. and move
No,
on.
you go ahead. You go ahead.
I have some. Okay, because it's like we talk so many times about choices and consequences, and that we have another name for that, like the instant karma I had coming back to me today, right? That's a little bit funny, but
Right.
Our life here and our experiences are about choices and consequences of those choices. It doesn't have to sound as harsh or hard. It's not something that we come here to suffer, to understand. That's not the point. But sometimes because of everything else coming in and sometimes even blocking things, that's how we can feel, right? But basically, it's about choices that happens at the level of action. So that's where action is
Right.
very important. And this is a third dimensional thing. So everything has a different level, right? The third dimension is here where we are living in this world, right? And
Yes.
maybe we are awakening and changing, transforming into the fourth dimension. So that can
Right.
also be a little bit confusing, right? The
Right.
fourth dimension is more like taking action and being being unique and being all of those beautiful things, while the fifth dimension is all about information. And actually the Akashic Records is located at the fifth dimension.
Right.
So sometimes transitioning from one dimension to another, and if the world now is transitioning, of course it can make things look a little bit strange, but nevertheless, so choice happens at the level of action, and it's a three-dimensional thing in nature. A decision that we make is a thought, and is four-dimensional in nature. Okay?
Right.
A decision can attract new opportunities, but it is choices that attract new results. And you actually wrote this down. It's so beautiful. I'm not going to grab it from you. It's you who wrote it down. And we can make 100 decisions every day, but nothing will happen if we don't take action.
Right.
Right?
Right. Well, that puts you in alignment, right? So that
Yes.
puts you
Yes.
in the alignment of your blueprint, so to speak. And it is all about alignment
Yes.
to a degree. And well, yeah, it is. It is, because if you're not in alignment, you're not your divine self, so to speak. And you feel that. You do feel that when you're not in alignment. It's very evident to most of us. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah, it can feel like walking in mud.
Yeah,
For
right.
instance,
It feels
no matter what
very
you
dense.
try, yeah, and no matter sometimes what you try, it's not going to work. But sometimes, it's not like we can't manifest our desires, or at least work towards them. But we need to do it in our way, in a way that is coming from our soul, that is in alignment with us as
Right.
souls, right?
Right. Right. Now, choice, as a for instance, right? I'm just going to use the word choice. So would you say that when you're in choice, now you're moving into actions, or are you in the fourth or fifth when we speak about choice? Or are you in the third? I'm just curious what your thought would be on that.
I think that the choice itself, because it's something that is apparent around us very often and all the time, basically. So our choice, that goes with us through all dimensions, all
Right.
levels. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, because you can choose both bad and good, right? And then, and they're both equal, right? Like negative and positive are as equal as bad and good, I guess, if you can put it that way. They both have the same amount of polarity, but choice is also, choice also can become an action.
You see? I think I lost you.
Yeah. Oh, sorry. Can you hear me?
Hope everyone is hearing me.
Anne?
And yes, I'm here.
Can you hear
What
me?
happened?
Yeah, I have no idea.
Yes, I hear you.
No, you were here the whole
And
time.
okay, very good. So I
Yeah.
was just preparing to continue, but now we have you back on. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you, angels.
All right, now I lost my train of thought about choice.
And,
but...
you know, it's interesting, and taking that once again about the dimension. So choice happens at the level of action. That's when
Right.
sometimes we sit around. I've done this a lot in the past. I'm sitting around, I'm praying, I'm affirming, I'm doing a lot of spiritual things, but I don't take any action. So I'm just sitting and waiting for things to kind of come to me. But that's not going to happen. So we also need to act because we are here. It's
Right.
like we are living in this world, and we need to also cherish the fact that we are here, even if it doesn't maybe feel comfortable all the time because it's a dense world, but we are here. We have chosen to come here. So choice happens at the level of action, and
Yep.
it's a three-dimensional thing in nature. And the action, because we take the action here in the third-dimensional world, right? And a decision is a thought that is a four-dimensional thing in nature. And thoughts, that's the fourth dimension that which we are now moving into, right? So we
Right.
are in that, as I'm sensing, the transformation phase. And this means that we may be more aware within, go within more, because that comes with thought. So in the fourth dimension, we would be more listening to our gut feeling, and that's a part of coming to the place where we can start manifesting and see higher dimensions and levels when it comes to this. And also, a decision can attract new opportunities, right? So we can see many things popping up. We may be offered things, we may see things just coming to us, but it is choices that will attract the results, okay? So we need
Right.
to pick and choose. And here is where fear sometimes kicks in, right? Because I'm very afraid now. I have 10 things to choose from. How can I know that I'm picking the right thing for me? So I have fear. But this is also, now I'm going to go into that card that talks about adventure. In my sense, actually, we can't make a wrong choice because we're going to make the choice that we are feeling most for at that very time if we really listen within, right? And that's where we're going to move along with. But here's the thing. If we sense after some time that maybe I should maybe have chosen a little bit differently, we can always, always, always make a new choice. We're never stuck. To feel stuck and to believe that we are stuck, that's an illusion. Does that make sense?
Oh, yeah, completely. Oh, I totally agree with that. Because, again, you fall into the choice we make, and is it in alignment? And you know when something is in alignment because you recognize it. It's a very natural state of being. It's kind of your truth.
Yes.
Right? You just,
yes.
you know it.
Yes, it is.
So, yeah, I think, there's many directions you can go. I think, it's, we all kind of know through the choices we make, and what those things. I think through life experience you understand what the outcomes can be through choice. The older you get, it becomes quite evident. I do see we've come to,
if you
I want everyone, just real quick,
I know,
Sissy, I want to tell our listeners to hold on. Okay, go ahead.
Okay. I lost it. I don't remember. Anyway, but I wanted to say something in the lines of, if we follow a choice that someone else is making for us and saying, for instance, okay, you can't pick that thing or choose that thing because that's not what people usually choose, right? Now someone else is coming in and telling us you have to make your choice in what is what people usually choose here. You have to follow the crowd. But that's when we kind of sometimes pick the wrong thing. But there's always an experience coming along with all choices, and we can always come back to what we feel in alignment with. So don't hold on to fear, okay? That's my only thing.
Right.
Okay?
Yeah, no, fear, I think that's a whole other topic. We can get into that as a future conversation. In fact, I'm just noting that now.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right.
You always get inspired on the show.
Yeah. Well, there's always something else, we can dive into, a topic we can dive into. So I just kind of noted that about a future show and discussing fear. So, and I wanted to tell our listeners just to hang on. We'll be over in just a minute or so, and just have to do the bottom of the hour, and then we'll grab your calls. So hang on with us, Sissy.
Yes, and thank you for your patience, everyone. And we'd love to talk to you. So if you haven't called in, now is a great time to call in, and you call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. International callers dial +1 213-943-3587. And you can call us for questions, share a story with us, chat with us, have a free mini reading live on air. And if you want to talk with us live on the show, remember to press 1. Or you can go to scrollsofthesoul.com/live, where you can listen live and text chat with us during the show. And on today's show, we have been talking about soul realignment, and we have been continuing the discussion about manifesting our divine soul blueprint. This discussion started last month on March 4th, 2021, and you can find the part 1 episode at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And if you'd like to connect with me, Anne, or Stu, we offer personal readings, and you can find us at scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or /Anne. scrollsofthesoul.com/Sue or /Anne. And, of course, we have listeners in 29 countries, and we are so proud of that. Thank you so much, everyone. Our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, April 8th, 2021, with Soul Sister Show and host Sue and Anne. We will talk about astrology and the zodiac, birth signs, part 2 of 2. Isn't that interesting? So we start having small mini-series here. We aired part 1 on March 11 last month, and you can listen to the replay of that episode about astrology and the zodiac birth signs, part 1, at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And you can always keep yourself updated on our upcoming shows at scrollsofthesoul.com/upcoming. And of course, you can find upcoming episodes on YouTube as well, so you can go to YouTube and search for Scrolls of the Soul Radio directly on YouTube. And we are always a live call-in worldwide radio, broadcasting today from Arizona in the U.S. and Stockholm, Sweden. And once again, if you haven't called in, now is a great time to get your cue. Call in at 213-943-3587. 213-943-3587. Call in and chat with us on air, or why not get a free mini reading Press 1 if you want to talk with us live on the show, and you can also text chat with us at scrollsofthesoul.com/live. scrollsofthesoul.com/live. Now let's return to the show. Susie?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm going to take a call if you're ready.
Absolutely.
All right. Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Kay that was in the chat room. Love this show.
Hi, Kay.
This information.
Thank you.
This information
Hi,
is
Kay.
so wonderful, wonderful. I'm going to have to go back and listen to part 1, but this has been wonderful. Thank you.
Oh, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. I'm speaking. I am good. I'm going to speak that. I'm going to manifest that. So I do have a very quick question.
Sure.
I have my girlfriend and I have to have a really important conversation, and I'm just wondering, how soon do you see that happening, and will it be a productive conversation? There's some things that we're working through.
I actually got 2 for you, so it's not so much this weekend as possibly next weekend. I saw like 2 Saturdays, so it looks like,
Yeah.
It's probably next weekend, so maybe
Makes
10
sense.
days from now. Oh, good. Yeah, I'm glad that makes sense. And you will
Yes.
have the conversation. You'll definitely have the conversation. It's been overdue, right? It's been a couple
Yes.
weeks. Yeah.
Yes. Will it be effective, or, well, say effective?
Yeah, it will.
It be a positive outcome?
It'll take some time to get through it, that I see, because everyone has their corner. They've taken their corner, so to speak. It's kind of like a boxing corner.
I like that.
Yeah. So everyone has to come out of their corner eventually, right?
Yeah. Yes.
So that'll be in about 2 weeks from what I can see.
Okay. Okay.
But let me see what Ann can add to that. Ann?
Yes. Hi, Sue, and hi, Kay.
Hi.
I was laughing a little bit because it's like, when you see a vision of people being in the boxing corners.
Yep.
Yes, exactly. And that's exactly what it is.
That's what I saw.
But it feels, I have a very beautiful feeling around this because, sometimes or many times when we have different ideas, those ideas, if we use them, if we just accept that we may not agree, sometimes we agree to disagree, right? Because we love each other and we want to open up our world and we want to see things from different perspectives. And that is where I sense that you're moving yourselves, both of you, towards that. And of course it can feel sometimes, because we are living here in this world, and sometimes it can feel like, am I supposed to do this? We have all sorts of ideas coming up from our past. So just move yourselves beyond that. And I feel very strongly that this is going to bring you into seeing things in different perspectives, and also awaken more love between you. It feels really, really, really good. And I have a sense that you may not actually agree, probably not, on everything, but that's okay, Sometimes it's beautiful to see that there are other ways of seeing things. Does that make sense to you?
It makes total sense. I think one of the biggest hiccups for me, though, well, I shouldn't say one of the biggest hiccups is there is someone else in the picture, not like a love interest, but a best friend who is not really helpful. And I have to find a way to speak nicely about that. So, yeah.
Yeah. And find a way to do that, because many times people have their best intentions. They want the best for us, but they are opposing their opinions upon us, right? And it doesn't mean that how they did things is not going to work for us. And we are taught in this world. We are born into this system of believing and I know for myself, I used to be someone who opened up for everything until I realized, okay, I don't have to explain everything to everybody. If this is something that concerns, if I would say me and Sue, it's our thing. No one else, okay, they can say something. I'm going to listen to it, but that's, okay, stay away, okay? Because it's not something that... I have a feeling you will find the way. That's how it feels.
Okay, wonderful. Like I said, I know that about myself. I just have to find the most effective way of doing that, and that is what I continue to work on. Yes. Okay. All right. Well, wonderful, wonderful.
Hey, Kay.
Okay.
Just
yes.
Really quick. That's probably why I saw the boxing corners. Everyone in their corner. Because eventually, you have.
That's why I chuckled, because I knew that's exactly what you were talking about.
Yep. And look, that's okay. Like Ann said, that's absolutely okay. You're allowed that. You are, and you're allowed to feel what you feel. I think it's just, you probably have to butt heads first type of thing, and it's just coming out of that corner that we don't want to come out of. Because it doesn't feel good,
It does not feel good. It does not feel good at all. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. But you're totally on point. That's why I chuckled. Oh, most definitely. That's why I chuckled, because I knew exactly what you were seeing. Because there's, even in this agree to disagree, I know I'm intuitive. I'm an empath. So therefore, I'm going to see something that she may not see. And anyone that you love, just like with you, between Ann and Sue, if you see Ann getting ready to walk out the door and there's that thunderstorm, even if it's April Fool's, you don't want to say, Ann, don't take the umbrella just in case. You love that person, even if it's a joke. You want to protect them. And so that's what I'm struggling with. It's like, I know what I see. I know what I sense.
Right.
And when this finally hits, when that wall hits, I'm going to be broken some, because I wished I would have said, I wish you would have listened more to what I'm trying to say. So.
Right. But sometimes, in the same token, Kay, sometimes people have to learn that lesson on their own as much as we want to show them what we see.
Yeah.
They got to, ultimately they got to learn it on their own. So I know you have to be really careful about what you're saying here, right? I mean, it's obvious you have to. But, and I know you've been patient with this, right?
Yes.
So that's the tough part.
You guys are good.
Yeah. Yeah. But you will. You guys will. You'll come out of it, because eventually it'll just get so uncomfortable that you have to come out of your corner.
Right.
So,
right. I got you. All right. Well, thank you so much. I'm not going to hold the call up, but I do have one question outside of this. How, being an empath, being intuitive, how do you, and it may be another show later, how do you deal with that when you know what you know and you want to protect, but you don't know how? So that's just something I would love to hear a show on that. That would be wonderful.
Actually, don't go yet. Hang on. Let me see.
Oh, okay.
Let me see if I can answer that, because that, it's first about a choice, like what Ann and I were talking about, the choices we make. Right. So I think as an empath, right, we learn quickly about choices, and Ann was just talking about that. She, over time, learned what was good for her and what wasn't. And I think through this minefield that you go through, you start to discover, through choices you make, what's right for you, what's good for you, what you're in alignment with. And in order for you to learn that, you have to make mistakes along the way. That makes sense.
Yeah. It is, yeah.
Yeah.
And the other aspect would be education, going, for me anyways, it was about learning and receiving some of the tools in this arena that are really useful, because there's a guidance there. Let me see.
Okay.
And they have a response too. Sissy?
Yes, I have something to say. I can admit it. I have a stubborn side sometimes. So I'm the one that says, okay, I hear you, but nope, I'm not going to do that.
You're going outside without the umbrella.
So
right?
you, yes, and also that sometimes it can be quite painful because sometimes we can't do anything to make someone do what we want them to do. We can tell them, we can express things for them, and we can wait for them, and we can say that, okay, I had a sense that may not have been good for you, but I still love you. So I understand that you may have gone out in the rain without that umbrella, right? Even though I told you and I had a sense. And it's like sometimes, people also, when they realize that you can sense things and you have a knowing of things, they start to trust that knowing you have, and they listen more to you. But it's their choice. So we once again coming back to the choice. And that's where I have been very, very stubborn in my life, because I've always been the one that, okay, I'm going to do it my way. I'm not going to do it your way. You have to convince me that your way is better than mine. Otherwise, I won't listen. I don't know if that makes sense.
It does. Okay. Yeah, I totally understand. Okay, all right. I guess I'm just trying to find the most effective way to muddle through this. And
Hello?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Yeah, but thank you so much. I appreciate it. Like I said, I don't want to hold the show up, but I thank you guys. You've been wonderful. And can I continue to listen, or do I have to drop? Does it take a space?
No, you're fine.
No, continue to listen.
Yeah. Yeah,
okay,
you're fine.
Great. I would love to continue to listen. Okay, great. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you, Kay.
Thank you, too.
Keep us informed.
Yes.
On how
Beautiful
it goes.
show, and I love this. Yes. Okay, I will. Thank you.
All right. Have a great day.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Thank you so much, Kate.
Thank you.
We love you too.
Go ahead.
Sue, are you there? Did I lose you again?
No.
I hope not. Anyway, I'm going to continue. So I don't know if Sue's going to appear here, hopefully again. And life can seem like a mystery sometimes, and it's quite intriguing actually. So do our best, and that's usually Yes. Are you back?
Can you hear me? Yeah, I'm not. I haven't gone anywhere. That's so weird, because I kept calling out your name and you didn't hear me. Huh. Okay.
Even guides, angels, and spirits can't help all the time with technical things, can they?
Hey, are we in retrograde?
I don't know. Maybe, because that's not the best time of the year for neither of us. I know that.
Yeah.
So I was just talking about, life is a mystery sometimes, and we just it's important to know we have patience with others, and sometimes, or maybe very often, more patience with others than we have with ourselves. So we tend to slap ourselves, right? And we have much patience, and we can share love and understanding with others. But, we need to understand also that we are doing the best we can. And even if we make a series of choices that we will label negative, it's okay, because we can always choose to come back on our path, and it's always in our power, even if it sometimes feel like, okay, why did I do that, and why, we regret or we feel that we did something bad. But it's okay. We gained something. We gained an experience. And sometimes, if we are stubborn, like I am, sometimes we may have to burn our fingers to really get an understanding, right?
Right.
What do you say, Sissy?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, I hear you. You're afraid now.
Okay.
Sorry. I'm laughing with you.
Well, I'm like so afraid she's not going to hear my response, and then she's going to call out to me. So I'm like not moving, making sure my head's really still. Jeez.
Can you freeze? Sit still? Don't move.
That's what I'm doing. That's what I'm doing. I'm like really stiff over here, not moving, because I don't want you to think I went silent on you. Okay. All right. So you can hear me. So Kay is still on. I just have to make a statement too. I was thinking because she asked about being empathic, right? And then how do you know, or how is it you can be so sure as an empath? I think that's kind of what her question was. And the other aspect of this, like I said, Kay, when you go through an education, some form, like Reiki, for instance, or some psychic class or mediumship class, which may not be a bad idea for you, it helps refine that skill set. It helps give you tools along the way. And, I didn't have these tools beforehand. I knew, like you, there was this knowing, having this knowing and this understanding. But it wasn't until I went in more and really started to learn more and just gain more knowledge and understanding about the skill set and then the tools that were available to me. So you may want to consider even just something like Reiki even, because you would be amazed at some of the things that can occur. Third eye especially starts to open up with Reiki.
Yeah.
So it's just my thought for you, okay?
I have something to add here too, because sometimes as an empath, as someone who's very sensitive, it can be tricky to understand what's coming from me and what am I picking up from my surroundings. Because we can be bombarded with impressions coming from the outside, right? From others. And
right.
What's coming from my guides and angels. And I sense that you just need to delve into it to gain an understanding of how, try to experience it. And what many people actually forget about is that when we are connecting with guides and angels, we don't need to sit in full meditation. We can just talk to them. Of course, it's a good thing. Sometimes we need that stillness, so we need to sit down and we need to be still so we can have a greater perception and a greater understanding what's going on, and we are coming into a different vibration, but we can also invoke it into our daily life. And that's how we will understand and see. And when we ask for something, we can make the terms and conditions sometimes. So when I ask you, my guide, for instance, this question, I want you, this is how your answer means to me. This is what I understand from this. And that's how you can have a communication going. So it's like talking to a friend, right? And Kay, I love that. Kay wrote here, wonderful, I've strongly considered Reiki. Yes.
Yeah.
See, Sissy?
Yep. Yeah, it just, there's a door that gets opened for you. And it's just, kind of stepping into it. You'll have a basis of understanding, I guess is the best way to put it. And it helps you refine that skill set where you didn't have that, refining before. So I hope that helps. I'm going to actually grab another call. So good luck, Kay. Keep us informed. Let us know how that all goes for you. All right.
Yes, good luck, Kay.
Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hello.
Hi. What's your name? Where are you
Hi,
calling
Miss
from?
Carrie. I'm calling from Rhode Island.
Hi, Carrie. How are you?
Hi.
I'm doing well. I'm a first-time listener. I was just sort of made my way over to Blog Talk. I got an email and saw what shows were live, and here I am. So
Oh,
I must be here
nice.
for a reason.
Welcome.
I
Welcome.
must be here for a reason. I've been enjoying your show. Just to raise my hand.
What could we do for you?
I'm not sure. Obviously maybe Spirit has a message. It's been a lot of ups and downs for me recently, and I'm working hard to stay grounded. But
Right.
After coming out of a previous relationship that did not serve me, it was a long road there, sort of having new beginnings all around and just navigating a lot of new. So I'm open to anything that you might have for me.
Right. Okay, well, I actually grabbed from a deck from John Holland called Spirit Messages, and the card that actually fell out for you was Have Fun. So I'll just read what it says. It says, stop with an explanation point. When was the last time you had fun? Question mark. When was the last time you took a chance and did something silly? Something totally unlike you, something just for you, for the joy of it. It's long overdue for you to let go of your analytical mind and give yourself and your soul permission to have fun. So that feels very much in alignment with you.
Yeah,
about
that
having
makes sense.
fun. Yeah.
Absolutely. I actually
Right.
just
Yeah.
scheduled an appointment to go skydiving. I'm not going for a few months, so hopefully I don't chicken out. But I used to be a flight attendant.
Wow.
And many times did I want to kind of jump out of the plane. But I'm definitely scared of heights, but it's definitely something that it's a once in a lifetime thing. It's now or never.
Oh,
so That's
yeah.
why I made. Yeah, so that's interesting.
Wow. Sissy, do you have something you could add for Carrie?
Yes, actually. Hi, Carrie. Anne here. And I just have to mention the card I pulled for the entire show. And this card, of course, it goes for everybody, but it suits so well with you somehow and what Sue said and what you talked about. And it's adventure. And it talks about taking risks and kind of pushing yourself beyond what you feel comfortable sometimes. I don't mean, of course, to taking risks that will risk you as a person or spiritual being, but go beyond self-imposed limitations sometimes, and that's what you're doing. You are trying something out, so you are expanding yourself. That's absolutely wonderful. And when we do expand ourselves, we step out of our comfort zone, and that's when we enter into the blossoming garden of abundance. So that's another card that I pulled just for you right now, and it talks about blossoming abundance, and there's a beautiful garden. So when we open that, we open up the door to new possibilities. We open up the door to new energies, so we can enter into something new, and new energies can enter into our life. So it's a little bit also connected to what we're talking about today, manifesting our soul divine blueprint. Does that make sense?
It does, because I just think that's been where I'm at. I went through a lot to get free, if you will, from that situation, and now it's sort of like, okay, now what? And then it's sort of like the morale plummets because I've been so busy focusing on that. Get out, just make yourself happy. And now that I'm out, it's just sort of like, now what? And it's kind of foreign to me because I was in a very controlling situation. So that's when I start to kind of get ungrounded and my emotions get the better of me. But, knowing that I can continue to keep the positivity flowing, by taking new risks or just stepping outside my comfort zone.
Yes.
Makes a lot of sense.
And you are on that step. And sometimes we tend to forget that it's equally important to do everything we structure and have a structured life like we are taught here, to be free, and to do whatever we feel, this is what I need to do right now so I can expand myself. It's equally important. Right. So go for it. You're on the right path.
Thank you very much.
I'm actually excited for you, Carrie. I'm very excited for you because you're going to find yourself here, right? So you're shedding what wasn't good for you and figuring out what is good for you. So it's exciting. It's scary at the same time, but very exciting.
It is.
So
thank you.
Yeah.
Sometimes I feel a little off balance. Like sort of like, am I an alien here? Because I see things so different.
Right.
I try not to let my anger, or any negative emotions come out, but it's been happening, and so it's like purging almost, and it's just not a good look.
Yeah.
So I recognize I need to get back on, the right track.
Right. Well, and you will.
You are, and so, yes. Something else, because when we have feelings we label as not being very happy feelings, right? We don't feel comfortable with them, and we try to resist something sometimes because it doesn't feel good, right? But on the other hand, when we are in that longer time, because we try to resist it, when we give into it and we observe it, we go into it, we don't have fear to go into it, we just want to get into the core of everything. That's when we are polishing things within us and we can step outside and we feel more free. Does that make sense?
Right. It does. And it cut out just a little bit when you were speaking, but I got what you were saying. It was just, I don't think it was a coincidence, but it's like a very long beat almost on my end. But it was sort of reinforcing.
I'm sorry for that. Yes.
Well, we both seem to be having a little bit of technical issues today for some reason. There's a few times.
Well, it is April Fool's Day, so maybe they're playing jokes.
Yeah, right. Yes, somebody's playing a trick on us, that's for sure.
Yes.
Thank you both very much. I appreciate that.
You're welcome, Carrie. Have a great day. Good luck with everything.
You too. You too. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Skydiving, huh, Sissy? Wow. Oh, that's awesome. Yep, she's definitely going to come out of her comfort zone, that's for sure. Okay. All right, let me grab another call here. Hang on a second. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, this is Devetta, and I'm from...
Hi.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yes, we hear you.
Hi, my name is Devetta, and I'm from Texas.
Devetta. Oh, what a beautiful name. Welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
What can we do for you?
Welcome.
Yes, I had a question. I was contacted by my lawyer yesterday that we would be going to court this month in April again. It's been an ongoing court issue since December of or January of 2018. And I was just wondering if there's anything you can tell me that I may need to know for court or something about the outcome. And this involves my daughter, who is 9 years old.
Right. There's something, okay, I got August. So I don't know what's going on in August. Something in August, like a final stamp for August.
Okay.
And I got 50-50. So there's a split. It's an even 50% your way, 50% the other person's way. I just see 50-50.
Okay.
I'm going to douse a little more on this. So I'm just going with what I'm seeing. So I'm going to ask Anne if she could answer a little more. Sissy?
Absolutely. Hi, ladies. And I sense that there are, maybe you don't feel that there's so many things that can be helpful to you, but it feels like they are, and I can see them. I can see that there are help in abundance. So it feels like there are many who actually are supporting you. And when it comes to this, very strongly I'm hearing from Spirit and angels that they say that you need to stand up for you here and for what you know is right. And it's like you are being called upon for something that's very close to your heart. And if your daughter is involved, of course, it's very close to your heart. And it feels like, I can't promise that the outcome is going to be, it feels like Sue said, it can be 50-50, but it feels like no matter what's going to be, it's going to come to a place where it can feel okay anyway. It's not going to be an outcome, as I'm sensing, that you will feel this is really horrible. It feels like it's going to be success for all parties involved, so to speak. And there may be, of course, a little bit of fighting. I'm not being shown a timeline like Sue was, so it can very well be August or something of that nature. I'm not really sure. I'm not shown that part. But it feels like the result of this will come to a place where even if there may be corrections and things that are not exactly as you 100% want them, I feel that you will be happy with the end result anyway. I hope that makes sense to you.
Yeah, I mean, I'm hoping, we have been doing supervised visits, and I'm fine with that, even though I'm the one that has to go along with them, but I feel better that way than her going through an agency where they were leaving her alone and he was threatening her. But my thing is just her having to be alone with him, and that's the whole reason I've hired a lawyer 3 years ago, and to keep her safe from what she told me he did to her.
I have a sense that part can actually come to a place where you will feel, both of you will feel good about it. I mean, you and your daughter. So it feels like that's very possible, but probably that there will be some kind of contact.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just, okay.
Sue, do you have anything?
Yeah. The only other thing I could get here was the number 10. So I'm not sure what 10 is about, but the number 10 came in. So I'm not sure that's something you know that's personal to you that you would recognize, but definitely something. I just wrote down 10. That was it. I can't seem to get
10
much
only
more.
can think of. Yeah, the only thing I can think of with 10 is the month of my birthday, but that's really it. The lawyer said she would call me today or tomorrow to let me the exact date that it will be this month that we go back again. But I just told her my thing is to not let her have alone, like weekend visits alone with him. Because she's 9. It's not like she can call or leave or tell me, what happened if it happens again.
Well, there is one thing that you might be able to do that could be helpful for you is there are the phone companies, all the phone companies, the cell companies offer some type of cell. For instance, I know T-Mobile has a watch you can wear. So, and it's a phone number that is connected to that watch. And you're the one who puts in the phone number. You do. So you have access to who she can communicate with. And I believe there's only, I want to say there's only 4 to 6 numbers total that can go into that phone. Okay? So you have all the control in that. It might be a good option for you to look into it. It's worn as a watch, so they wear it as a watch. You can text your child with it or call, but you're the one who sets up the rules and the phone numbers that can go into it. So she can't call out to anyone except for the numbers you have in there.
Okay. Yeah, and that's just my worry is like if she's alone and can't get to us like before or contact us because she was younger when all this happened.
Yeah.
I mean, how am I going to keep protecting her, you know?
Right. Well, this might make you feel a little bit better. If you go to T-Mobile, I know they offer, now other phone companies might offer something similar, but but yeah, you might feel a little safer just that you have something other than nothing.
Okay.
You know?
Okay. I will look
yeah.
into that.
Yeah, please look into that. All right.
All right.
Much luck to you. Good luck with everything.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Good luck.
Okay.
All right. Thanks.
Much luck.
Bye-bye.
Take care.
Thank you. Bye.
Okay, Sissy. I think I have time for one more call. We have one more caller.
Yes.
I'm just looking at our time.
Yes, one more.
Okay. Hello, caller. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Hi, ladies. I'm glad I got in. It's Melissa.
Hi, Melissa.
Miss you, Lee.
Hi, Melissa.
I know you don't have much time, but I do listen to your show and I do go to your website, and I have growth, and you know, please, people over here, they're right on about everything they say. What you said to me about a few weeks ago did come true. I want to thank you for that, and I know you don't have much time, so I'll be real specific. It's kind of strange. You told me, Miss, both of your ladies, about, I mean, I'm trying to find, I'm not looking for a partner. I'm not desperate. It's, you know, sometimes people just cross a road and we just have interest. I don't do no internet or anything like that. That's just, I don't think, that's not real for me. It doesn't go back to the old days when you went face-to-face in natural setting. But this is a new person that came in, and what can you advise me about that? I think this is I didn't do anything. He been approaching me, the same culture, and he starts with the letter E. He's giving me the signs. His brother told me that he was very picky and unique, and I should be grateful that he is looking at me. I said, okay, well, thank you for that. I'm always grateful for good advice.
Wait, you should be grateful? Is that what he said?
Yeah.
Okay.
But anyway, but that's what my name is a young woman. That young woman. I was like, that was polite because it was a positive. It's a positive word. What can you advise me? This is thanks, ladies.
Okay, I'm actually just pulling a card for you. So hang on. All right.
From it, I can tell.
So I got all right. So the card I got was no need to worry, and this is another deck from Doreen Virtue. It's an angel answer deck. Okay. And so apparently there's no need to worry. Are you adding a lot of fear to this?
Well, yeah, because the previous one I was very uncomfortable due to culture, and I noticed the negative effect. Nothing happened, but I proceed with caution. This one I'm just nervous because, I mean, I don't see nothing negative. We're in the same culture, so I can understand him very well. Like everything, the language, the food, the holidays. You know, I'm just nervous. That's all.
Yeah. Right. Sissy, can you add on to that for Melissa?
Yes, I'm not getting too many things here. Hi, Melissa. I'm here. Wonderful to talk to you again. Okay, but here's what I'm getting. That, and I think you said that too. I'm hearing that this is very connected to the same energy as this other man, right? So in essence, and when you look at it on a surface level, it feels to be very, very, very much connected. But it's all man is different when you get to know him and get into the core of him. So go with what you feel, but don't lock yourself up into something that feels uncomfortable after some time. And sometimes some of us are very fast when we move forward. And sometimes that's a sign for us to take it slower. And it feels like this can be something that can bring something good, but it's going to take some time. And it's better for you because you still have a little bit of that old energy so that you can determine what is different here and not. Does that make sense to you?
Yes.
Okay. And like the card we took before, sometimes even if it's emotional matters, and that can feel very scary sometimes because we don't want to get hurt and we don't deserve to get hurt, right? But also see it as an adventure, and you are always in charge. You can always explore this for as long as you want, and you always have the right to make a new choice and to say no, right? So go for it.
Yep.
What do you sense, Sissy?
Yeah, I agree. I totally agree. Can you hear me
Did
okay?
you see that he has interest in me? I'm sorry. I mean, he does give us a sign.
Yes, I do
Sorry.
feel that he finds you interesting.
Yes.
You know what,
too.
ladies, real quickly? You know what's so weird? That there's so many women who are provocative, and I don't even do that. And it was just like it was the first time he saw me that he closed his eyes, and I just want to know if he has a knowing. Does he know something?
You know, I'm not. I just kind of. Yeah, you might have to do that one, Sissy. I have an actual wall here with that question. I'm just not getting an answer to that.
Okay.
And sometimes
I
that
feel
happens.
that he may be intuitive. Yes, I know. I feel that he may be intuitive and know things, but I'm not. This feels that he's attracted somehow, and of course we can't say love yet because this is something that's in the very beginning. But it usually starts with an interest and a sense of connection, and that's what I sense that he feels. And you may answer a few things for him that are familiar to him. I don't feel that he's really attracted to those provocative women, and it's not like some people and some men love that personality, but some don't, right? That's what I'm getting. I don't know if that was helpful enough.
I agree.
It is, ladies. I'll take it slowly because this is a different one, and I when you're talking to me, I can hear your better vibes than the other one, and
Yeah.
I'm grateful that I'm grateful. Learning here, trying to get grounded. Yeah. Anyway, that's all I had to say. Any last thing for me?
Any last
Follow
thing?
Yes. Follow your intuition here, because you've also gained some knowledge the past year. So follow your own intuition. It is very strong. It speaks loudly to you.
Okay. Yeah, I have improved. Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have. It's getting stronger. You got it right. I saw a difference from months ago.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
There's a huge difference.
Oh, my God.
Yes.
Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I want to say that you've seen the website of the micro protection. Thank you very much for that.
Oh, nice.
And, and I'll continue to use it. And I've just I've come a long way. I know that.
Yeah.
When I'm
very long way.
How do y'all stay grounded?
Not always easy. Anne, you've got something. I've got a few things too. I just haven't put it up on the website, and I know Anne does. Keep an eye on the website. We'll put up something. There's certain prayers, certain things you can say that help you. But one of the things is just for you to imagine it. You can go outside, imagine it in the feet, and there's a root system, let's say, in the feet. And you kind of visually see that root system go into the ground. Okay, so, and it's part of meditation. So there are many different ways of meditating.
Actually, ladies, I have something.
Go ahead, Ann.
I did a new video. So we have a new video that's up on YouTube. I post a link on scrollsofthesoul.com/live in the chat room. And that is a daily prayer that combining, so to speak, grounding, connecting, and cord cutting a little bit with Archangel Mike, just a fast one. So you can use that. It's called daily prayer, but it's a clearing thing and protection thing you can use if you want to. Okay?
As you were talking, I started to sense unicorns.
Oh, nice.
Unicorns.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's really good. Melissa, I'm going to have to let you go, love, before we get kicked off. Yeah, just keep us informed. Good luck with everything.
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck, and we're happy to talk to you.
Love you all.
Thank you.
Love you too, Melissa. Bye.
Love you too.
She's so excited. All right, Sissy, we've got 3 minutes.
Anyway, I know. So on today's show, we have been talking about soul realignment, and we did continue the discussion about manifesting our divine soul blueprint. And if you want to listen to the replays, you can find the replays from this very soon here once the radio is stopping, and for the show that went on from March 4th, part 1, at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And if we didn't get a chance to take your call today, please call into our next show. And our next upcoming show here on Scrolls of the Soul Radio is next Thursday, April 8th, and we will talk about part 2 as well, about astrology and the zodiac, birth signs. And you can always also find the replay of the first episode on March 11 at scrollsofthesoul.com/past. And we are so happy to have been interacting with you today. We love you all. We are back next Thursday, April 8th, same time as usual, 10 a.m. Pacific. And Sue, do you have anything you want to tell the listeners before we end the show?
Thank you, everyone, for entrusting us with your questions. We really do appreciate it. And keep them rolling. We're here every Thursday, so thank you very much. And a quick shout out to my mom. Angels watch over you all night long. Sissy?
Yes, and I say love, light, peace, and joy to all of you. Thank you, everyone. Bye.
Bye.